Hello and welcome back to the 410 Show. My name is Adrian Pope, your host, and we're back here at the 410 Show. Parlay Tay's in the building with us, y'all. Thank you for joining us today, Parlay Tay.
Thank you.
Big news here in Baltimore, y'all. The Orioles have a fire sale going on right now. Everything must go right now down here in Camden Yard. So, Parlay Tay, we alluded to it after the All-Star break. We've been talking about it. I knew this was kind of where the trend was going. It looks like now we've faced the reality that this season is kind of not going the way we want it to go, and it's time for us to make some moves here. So please tell the people, what are we out here doing to try to improve our situation down here at Camden Yards?
They traded Kramer at first. They got an outfielder, Dominican kid's got 18 stolen bases, batting like 275. So he's 18 years old. Let's bring in that kid. I'm excited about him, even though he's in rookie ball. But Dean Kramer, he's middle of the road pitcher that wasn't really all that. Taylor Ward, he was about to leave in free agency. We got a couple bags of chips and maybe a ham sandwich for him.
We should have probably at least got a little more than a bag of chips.
That haul wasn't.
I'm gonna have to look into that part. I don't like that kind of stuff there. We're not just giving away players.
Yeah, they kind of gave him away. But the Adley trade I think is great. You got Basayo, he's ready to go.
Okay.
I mean, we both like him.
Yeah.
Adley Rushman's turning 30 years old. They got the number 2 prospect out of the Red Sox.
Okay.
Which is kind of interesting that they traded him to the Red Sox. You don't see too many inter-division trades like that. But whatever, like I said, we got the number 2 prospect. And I think they got 3 or 4 other players. So they got 4 or 5 players for Adley. I think that's a good haul. So overall, I'm glad that they're sellers. I'm glad that they're bringing in younger talent. At least they're trying. Kind of out with these guys that weren't panning out to be superstars. Just kind of, Adley Rushman made All-Star team one time?
Well, he made it at the right time because, like I said, his stock raised up just in time for us to cash in on it. So, like I alluded to right at the All-Star break, if you're going to trade Adley Rushman if you're not going to trade Adley Rushman after he made the All-Star team, when is his value going to be any higher? So it was a good move on that level. I know we got some great prospects, so I'm going to see how that works out for us. I think the deadline is coming up here in just a couple of hours, so I don't think we're going to maybe make too many more moves.
Probably not.
But
we'll see.
Hopefully we don't see Gunner's name on the list, but that could most certainly be a situation too. But once again, we have to do something. We can't stay in the middle of the road. So if we're not going to win with this crew, we need to retool and come back and try to figure it out later, man.
I absolutely agree.
All right, so in more positive news right now, thank goodness, the Ravens, y'all. The Ravens and preseason are back. We had 20,000 of our great Raven fans at College Park checking out the practice parlay take. Can you believe that?
I can, but football's huge.
You want to know why, man? Mr. Lamar Jackson was in attendance, y'all. Parlay Tay, tell me a little bit of how practice was going, man, because, everybody's excited. We haven't seen what's going on since they've changed coaching staff. Tell me, man, what's going on down there?
All right, well, major thing is we got Matt Buke back on the field. Defensive monster, passed his physical, off the PUP list. He's ready to go. John Jenkins also came off the PUP list. Nice defensive line. We ready to go there. And then Lamar has actually been taking a lot more snaps under center.
Okay.
They kind of seem to be moving away from that shotgun that he was always in.
Right.
We're going to see a whole new playbook, new coaching staff, some new wide receivers also. The 2 rookie wide receivers has been showing out. They got Bateman locked in as number 2.
Okay.
But I'm not sure about that. And we didn't even talk about Touchdown Tez, who took one for a touchdown.
Of course he did.
The little slant route, he was gone 60 yards. So with those receivers, I don't know if Bateman's going to stay with number 2. What you think?
I think Bateman has a great chance this year to kind of prove his worth. But I also think that Bateman has plenty of competition coming up on his heels. So what I'm thinking is, if we don't see Bateman break out this year into form what we expect him to be, I do believe that we may cash in on Bateman this year, move on from him, and just roll with the younger guys and just kind of see what they can do. It makes sense for me. But we'll get into that a little later on once we see Bateman performing. But, that's my initial observation. If we have that much talent in the wide receiver room, the writing to be on the wall if you're not performing, right?
In that wide receiver
That's what I need.
Finally.
Mr. Lane, Mr. Surratt, I told y'all, Super Bowl run, you got to get on your stuff, and it looks like y'all were paying attention. I love it. So also the fact that you were talking about Lamar not being under center, that excites me as well, because once again, that was one of my biggest pet peeves with our offense. Is it just seems like we were too predictable at times, and having them under center and being able to mix up those formations is going to be huge, and getting the other teams kind of guessing what we're going to be doing on offense.
He seemed to be in shotgun like 75-80% of the time.
Yeah.
So seeing him under center will be a nice change, and I'm excited to see what they're going to do.
And I like to challenge Lamar. Lamar is such a great athlete, such a great player of the game. He can do everything. So why would you keep on just forcing him to do one thing? He can do it all. Force Lamar to be great, and that's what I'm gonna say this year. Lamar, be great. We watched you in your greatness over the years. Now it's time to put it all together and finish the play, Lamar. You know we got your back. So once again, man, I'm super excited about the line. I'm super excited about the receiver room. It looks like the coaching is starting to get in there and start change the way we're moving. So everything seems like it's all in that pot, boiling for that Super Bowl, you know, that Super Bowl run that we talk about. So we're going to keep our eyes on that, and hopefully we don't have to talk about anything negative this year with the Ravens, except for them rolling right on down and running over whoever they're going to be facing in the Super Bowl. Basketball, of course, this weekend, NBA news, we already know that's kind of they're getting themselves together to face that LeBron madness in Philly. We already know that. WNBA, looks like we have a hot team in the WNBA. We just want to touch on the WNBA real quick, obviously. We don't want to leave them out at all, Parlay Tay. Who's hot in the WNBA right now?
Minnesota Lynx. I think they won 10 in a row.
10 in a row.
Olivia Miles is arguably having just as good as a season of anybody right now in the WNBA. She's a beast. She's fun to watch. She's a baller.
Watch out, Aja Wilson. She's look like she's trying to make something happen. Yeah. I know the Aces at the top of the food chain, but they coming right behind them, man. So, of course, if it was up to me, even though I know a couple people going to be upset about this right here, you know, I'm always going to root for Angel Reese. Angel, watch what you're talking about on the podcast. I got a lot of flack about that the other day, just so you know. But, you know, we still going to support Angel. And I know Angel loves her city. You know, I know those comments can sometimes get taken out of context when you're doing these podcasts. But, you know, we always going to hold it down. Angel, you got to, come on, Angel, what you doing? So, anywho, going into the Legends tournament this weekend, I was able to go down there with the Legends again. I was with them at the cookout, the one Baltimore cookout with Mr. Timmy Green. I was able to get down to the Dome as promised, get in the mix with some of the kids, and be able to live stream down there a few of the games that were going on at the Legends tournament. And you know what I saw, Parlay Tay? I saw a whole bunch of the community come together, a lot of positive aspects going on in the whole situation. We had food, music, you name it. It was nothing but positive stuff going on. So for them to even talk about shutting that down, with that being the case right there, it doesn't make any sense. So shout out to everybody that was hanging out with me down there at the Dome this weekend. You already know I appreciated all of the love. And for all of you kids that were out there competing, keep on doing your thing. I love to see all of that.
Yeah, kids competing is a good thing. You said there was food down there,
Sandwiches.
positive vibes,
Yeah, man.
like that's for the whole neighborhood. They gotta make sure they don't shut anything like that down. Gotta stay on top of that.
Absolutely. So we're gonna keep pushing that agenda there to keep that and Cloverdale open. Whatever I have to do here at the 410 show, Parlay Tay, I know you're gonna be with me on that. We're gonna hold it down. So we definitely keep y'all posted on that. And we definitely have some information getting ready to come out about our 410 Fantasy Football League. So if you're interested in joining that, please shoot the message down the pipe. I'm going to get you in the loop here. You're going to come right over here to the studio and pick your team. I got a podium over there. You got to go up there and make your selection the whole 9 yards. So it's going to be super cool. On top of that, please, if you haven't already, subscribe, like, share, whatever you need to do. Get to your friends. Let them know what we're doing. We're trying to do great things down here at the 410 show, but we need your help. We do need your help, don't we, Parlay Tay?
Absolutely.
We need your help. So please, like I said, push the issue. Tell your friend, get on there, push the button. Please push the button. You see what it is, y'all. We cannot do it without you. Excuse me. Also, cut those notifications on. If you haven't been able to get on the channel lately, you've been a little busy, there's interviews on there for some Baltimore greats to check out. So I'll encourage you to check those stories out. Plenty of legends on there for you to take a peek at their story if you don't already know their story. Obviously, that's what we're down here highlighting down here, the 410 and our legends. I'm going to keep on doing it, y'all. I'm going to keep bringing this stuff to you. And if you don't know, I got a special one coming for you. Cut those notifications on. For everybody that's out there, staying with us here, we appreciate the love. Once again, stay safe out there, and we're going to check you out real soon.